Looking to start a web design business but not able to do it full time? One of the things that makes web design such an attractive business to start is that it does not need to be run with a full time commitment. Many web designers work part time, nights and weekends, or as a way to earn supplemental income. You don't have to dedicate 40 hours a week as a web designer to be successful and bring in substantial revenue. In fact, you can earn an extra $500 to $1,500 per week selling just a handful of sites. If you're currently running your web design business part time or thinking about starting one, here are 7 tips to help you maximize your efforts and your earning potential. Number one, designate specific days and times to focus on your business. One of the biggest truths in business is that you only get out of your business what you put into it. And if you're going to start a web design business part time, make sure that you firmly commit to actually spending time on it. It doesn't have to be full time hours, but it has to be consistent, focused, and at a time that you'll be productive. For example, if you have a day job that you get out earlier on some days, use the afternoon to focus on your web design business. Weekends are generally great too when you consider that lots of local businesses are open and available to discuss their website and marketing needs on Saturdays and Sundays. Once you have a schedule down, you won't have to feel like you're carving out time to work, which is incredibly important. My second tip for you is to use your time wisely. Offering websites to small businesses requires multiple responsibilities, and the two biggest ones that you'll need to focus on are design and sales. The tasks associated with selling websites are more sensitive to the time of day than that of designing sites. After all, most small businesses aren't open 24 hours a day. So you need to make sure you're approaching them, either by phone or in person, during their hours of operation. This is why most web designers who are running their business part time tend to use any free time during the workday hours to focus on sales. Building and designing sites, however, can be done any time of day or night with really no time restrictions because all it requires is you to be in front of your computer. Keep in mind, though, that you're most efficient when you're awake and alert, so try to avoid burning the midnight oil too much. Pro tip: for those of you who are going to be reaching out via email and direct message, you can definitely catch people off hours doing prospecting that way as well. My third tip is to set realistic goals for yourself. Let's face the facts, okay? No matter how much time you devote to website sales and how much preparation you've done, you're probably not going to sell 100 websites in your first month. Any new business, regardless of the industry it's in, needs time to establish itself, to find its footing, and to grow at a reasonable pace. Blasting off like a rocket ship is virtually unheard of and not very sustainable, so make sure you don't set your expectations too high. Business owners who are operating under less self imposed pressure tend to grow more steadily, more healthily, and efficiently. You'll want to take extra time to ensure that your first 5 clients are onboarded with extra care so that you can establish a positive reputation for yourself. Remember, you're charging a setup fee and a monthly fee for each site, so even selling one site in your first 3 months can put your business in the black. In fact, selling just a handful of websites in your first year can put you into profitability. Success doesn't like to be rushed. My number 4 tip for running a web design business part time is to hire help. While working part time as a web designer means you have limited hours to devote to your business, it doesn't mean that you have to be doing all the work yourself. You can multiply your productivity by using your part time hours to manage other people who you hire. Almost any salesperson can sell a website to a small business, and many will work on a commission only incentive. But don't think you're limited to just hiring a salesperson because you can also bring on a designer. If you're using SiteSwan's instant site creation feature, getting the site built initially only takes a minute, which you can easily do yourself. But once the site is sold, there will be some edits you need to make, which might take you an hour or two from start to finish. Hiring a designer can free up that time for you to focus on more important tasks like sales and marketing your business. My number 5 tip is don't bite off more than you can chew. It might be tempting for you to say yes to every website opportunity that comes across your plate. However, especially when you're only devoting part time hours to web design, it's important you're focused on the ideal client and delivering only the services that you feel comfortable offering. Remember, simple, informational lead generating websites for small businesses are exactly what the SiteSwan platform is designed for and is what makes up the majority of the demand among small businesses. Pro tip for you: Focus on privately owned businesses who can make quick decisions and those whose needs do not extend into advanced e-commerce sites or complex configurations. If someone's looking to build the next Amazon.com, okay, that's not the type of client you want to take on. The perfect client is a typical mom and pop business that needs 5 to 10 pages of content, a primary call to action, an attractive and effective design, reliable hosting with friendly, responsive customer support. That's you. Get laser focused on what you're offering and don't take on any work that falls outside of what you are certain you can deliver quickly. My number 6 tip is to get started right away. Devoting part-time hours means that you don't have time to waste. As soon as you make the decision to launch your own web design agency, follow through with it and always be prepared to take the next step. Do something, anything, so long as you're moving forward. You cannot expect your clients to come to you, and you should not wait for things to happen in your business without you making them happen. When you start a web design business using SiteSwan, we give you our coveted 14-day launch plan, which gives you step-by-step instructions for how to land your first paying client in as little as, you guessed it, 14 days. We take all the guesswork out of launching your web design business, plus our one-on-one coaching helps make sure you stay engaged and on track. Finally, my number 7 tip for running a web design business part-time is to use the right web design software. Starting a web design business part-time is totally doable, but there's a big if. That's if you're using the right web design software. If you're trying to launch a web design business part-time, you got to make sure you have the right system so that you can get up to speed quickly and not waste your first couple of months trying to figure out the technology. SiteSwan is simple, affordable, and even has features like prospecting and client billing all built in. So everything from finding potential clients to pitching them to building the site to hosting and to maintaining it to charging them for it, all done right from within the SiteSwan dashboard. Just because you want to start a business, don't feel like it has to be a full-time commitment or take away from what you're currently doing. The idea of making web design a full-time business is a choice you can make down the line. And starting off part-time is totally doable and quite frankly, quite logical. If you're not ready to quit your day job or jump in with 2 feet, then just wade into the waters of web design with SiteSwan. Follow our suggestions and have fun selling websites to small businesses part-time, on your time, when you want, and how you want.